Drifters, good evening, good morning, whenever you're listening to this, it doesn't really matter. Just me for this pre-podcast, I guess, read for you because my good mate Declan, as you'll soon hear, he's over in Japan just gallivanting around, living his best life, not really seeing it too many Japanese ponies, which is a shame, but, you know, you get that on the big jobs. Now, I come here to talk to you prior to this award-winning podcast to say, if you're having a bet this weekend, do it with the good people at Ned's. What are you doing? Come on, Team Orange all the way, baby. And the Brisbane Winter Carnival is just kicking off. So you get to do all that good, weird, and frankly, sensational weird stuff that you like to with the good people at Ned's. You can have the same race multis. You can get weird and exotic with every sort of exotic play that you like. On the nose, each way, quinellas, trifectas, first four, whatever you hope to do. And of course, you can follow each other on the Ned's profiles as well. It's really sensational stuff. But what are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelponline.org.au.
I need to ask you a question. Be curious, Drifters.
Mr. Brightside spins them up and wins again. Sardozy wins the Oaks for Jmac. The photo finish. Mr. Brightside or Romantic Warrior.
The mare's going. Great gun. Fangirl. Look at her go. Fangirl.
Imperatrice has got her. And raced on by Imperatrice by a length.
Overpass. More Baker's Delight in Perth.
Radina just won it, I'd say. Tom Kedden won the spring champion in a cakewalk.
Without a fight, won the Caulfield Cup.
Well, the Brisbane Winter Carnival is just kicking off, and my great old mate's not here to talk through it with me in person. He's on the blower because he's in the land of the rising sun. Declan, how are you?
Good, mate. Good. Yeah, land of the rising sun. Gee whiz, can't the Japanese produce some superstar horses?
Mate, Lee Grashur, one of my favourites. Danon Premium was probably the best looking horse I've ever seen come out here. Seeing it on the television.
Oh yeah, phenomenal looking horse. Obviously Equinox, recently retired, one of the best horses to ever grace the track. Look, am I here for horse racing? Not at all. But, there's important pressing issues happening back in Australia in our hometown of Brisbane because the Winter Carnival's kicking off. What a time to be alive.
Mate, and you know what kicks off race 1 at Doomben? The UNU recruitment class 6 handicap.
It's meant to be, isn't it?
Isn't it? Just really sensational stuff. Now, mate, how is Japan? How's the flight over? All that jazz?
Oh, look, I haven't slept for a considerable amount of time. The flight was overnight, and yeah, have been in Tokyo all day, just strutting around the place as I do, and about to head off and have some dinner with some of the team, and we'll finally get a good night's rest at some point. But never been here. Was supposed to come here a few years ago, but bloody COVID. So yeah, really really good to be here. It's been great so far. Tokyo is absolutely enormous. Haven't seen any horses. Haven't seen a track. So we'll see how I go. How's it going back over in Brizzy?
Oh, mate, bit chilly in the mornings, but, pretty nice weather during the day. It's like 26 degrees, pretty standard stuff this time of year. But
lovely.
Yeah, I had 13 meetings yesterday. 13 of them. So
not enough hours in the day for that, Dross.
I know, yeah. Your boy's busy at the moment. So, but not so busy that I don't have enough time to go over the form. But a couple of things I wanted to do before we get stuck into Doomben, right? Did you see that Bustling is the first horse to secure an Everest slot? Did you see that?
Oh, I did see that. Literally about 10, 15 minutes ago. Look, yeah. Out of nowhere, I guess.
Yeah, Max Wickby, Neil Werrett, and Cole Madden. the slot holder. So, yeah, I guess like something about a bit left of field. It is a bit of a changing of the guard for our sprinters with Chain of Lightning kind of winning the TJ. It's like, oh, okay. They're probably looking for an alternative form line. I don't mind it.
Yeah, there's no clear, sprinter who's just so much better than the others, like Imperatriz was. For that, albeit relatively small period of time. Giga Kick's due to come back. Will he come back the same horse? I don't know. Yeah, it's definitely a changing of the guard. I don't mind it. He'd need to improve significantly to feature in an Everest, but no, I appreciate them taking the plunge because who knows? He could be a horse that just improves, and they could look like absolute geniuses.
Yeah, a real Giga Kick type of plunge, but. We'll see, I guess. And Counter, did you see his trial during the week? He's back, the big boy.
I did, yeah. I saw his trial. Look, I take solace in the fact that there was, the likes of Vodka Martini and Golden Boom in that trial, who clearly the distance suits them better. He ran well enough for a horse who's clearly, just getting back into it, and based on what we saw last prep, I don't think he'll be doing his best work until at least the 2,000 metre mark. So, yeah, good to see him back trialing. Let's hope he jags a couple of wins, breaks the maiden this prep.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Best maiden in the country, some are saying.
Easily. Like you can't even debate that easily.
Yeah, and some people are saying, hang on a second, didn't this horse just get beaten 10 lengths in a trial? What I say to you is, he was up against some of, Brisbane's best sprinters. And I just let him get into his gears. As you said, 2,000 metres is his jam.
Let the boys play.
Yeah, let him play. Now, let's go to the Doomben 10,000, eh? Group 1.
Yeah, let's do it.
1,200 metres, wait for age. Small field. Where are all the Queenslanders? That's what I want to know. There's none of them.
Yeah. Where's Rothfire?
Yeah, I don't get it. And a couple of like real right wing, left of field type of left of field type of situations here with Steffi Magnetica, who ran great in that Phillies Group 1 behind Tropical Squall, and then the likes of Body Bob, who is coming from Wagga grade. So I don't know, how did they kind of line up? Like, Body Bob is rightfully 200 to 1 with the good people at Neds, but he's probably the leader in this field. I kind of mapped him.
Weird race, like actually a bizarre race. Without overpass, it lacks some natural early speed, and Body Bob rolls forward, but his roll forward is different to Group 1 sprint race roll forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'd say this race lacks early speed. And what does that mean? Well, we saw Chain of Lightning take a prominent position in the TJ Smith, and they just couldn't run it down. What sort of conditions? Like, you're over there, mate. I don't know, because I'm not there. What sort of conditions do you reckon we're going to get in Doomben on the weekend?
Mate, absolute no worse than a soft 6, soft 7. Like, it's, there's a little bit of rain around for the rest of the week, but nothing detrimental, I don't think.
Yeah. So, I don't know, mate. Like, for me, I wish I wins the on top selection, and there doesn't need to be any lead up into that, because to run the way he did first up in a TJ Smith stakes on a heavy deck, he's such a classy, talented horse, and if he's trimmed up and sharpened up and been screwed down enough for this second up, what's he going to be, about a month between runs?
6 weeks.
A little bit more than that. Yeah, interesting. He's going to be hard to beat. I hate the odds because he's not a bomb-proof horse, and he wins 30% of the time based on his strike rate and his starts today, which is fantastic, obviously, but he's not a bomb-proof horse for how talented he is. So on top selection, not a lot of confidence. Gate 1's a little bit sticky for him as well. I don't know. I'm struggling to see how this race shapes up, which is making it a bit murky for me. Do you have you got a sort of a rough idea in your mind of what the speed map looks like? Has that helped you?
Yeah, I think
find an on top selection.
I think Body Bob goes forward with Chain of Lightning, as you said, and then I reckon Marzu will take a forward position in the next kind of pack. There, I have Wee Nessie, Steffi Magnetica, and then the likes of like Private Eye, Bella. Oh, Bella could probably go forward with like Wee Nessie, Steffi, and then I'd say in the next line you have Private Eye, I Wish I Win, and Espiona. So, I think the benefit to say the I Wish I Wins and the Private Eyes and the Espionas is there's only 9 runners, and I think they'll be extremely compact. So I don't think there's going to be as big of a kind of discrepancy in terms of like margin to make up, because I think they could only be like three to 4 lengths off them, which I think all 3 of those could make that up. Mate, I've actually, with I Wish I Win on barrier 1 there, obviously Jmac having the steer, he's absolutely tearing Queensland a new one, but I had who I gravitated towards was Espiona for some weird reason. And I was looking through her form profile, right? And her last 4 runs, if you are to believe, last 3 runs rather, have been at Randwick. And I'm looking at that, I'm like, I swear I've seen her like do some of her career best runs have been at Rosehill. And I'm like, maybe the key to her, if she runs on her Sydney leg, is a tight turning track, which I haven't really thought about before. So I reckon the tight turning Doomben, there's probably the tightest track north of the border at least. Like, I'm more than happy to give her a bit of, respect there. She's well enough found in the market at $5.50, but Hot Nash on, like, and an improving track is really important for her as well. And her SP profile last start was, quite frankly, ridiculous given the conditions and the setup for that race. So don't mind her 4 weeks between runs. Her fresh runs are always sensational. So yeah, I found Espiona on top.
Yeah, look, I'm not shocked by that at all. Just with her, I just need to see it this way going. Oh, yeah, she could come out and win, definitely. I just need to see it. I know where she'll be in the running. I think I Wish I Win will be ahead of her, and I don't think her sprint's particularly better than his. So that's why I've got him on top with the amount of confidence which suggests that I would never, ever dive into $1.95 that he currently is with Neds. It's too short for me. So, yeah, not a lot of interest for me this year in the Doomben 10,000, to be completely honest. Like Private Eye, you're never going to get a super good price about him because he always runs pretty well. He'll run well here. Marzu found some form on a bottomless track. He'll run well. Bella Nipotina, she's 9 horse. List goes on. So there's not an edge in this market for me. So I'm just going to go with the horse who I think's the best.
Mate, very well found and well assessed. Now you have 2 options at this point of the podcast, mate. You can hang up and you can enjoy enjoy the throes of Tokyo, and I can take the drifters through, the undercards in Brisbane and maybe the Andrew Ramsden at Flemington and maybe Opal Ridge's race, the Hortensia Stakes at Scone, but it's completely up to you, mate.
Well, let's quickly rattle through race 6 and race 7 in Doomben, hey? Race 6 is the Spirit of Boom Classic for the 2-year-olds, and obviously a key form reference for the JJ.
Yeah.
And then the next race is the Magic Millions Bright Shadow, which is a listed race, which has one that I'm keen on. So let's just do that quickly. Hey?
All right. The Spirit of Boom Classic, 1,200 metres Group 2 for the 2-year-old set weights. Now, Angel Capital was a sensational winner at Cranbourne. Just absolutely had a jetpack strapped to his backside, rather. And went straight past him. And Rich Dotty was a nice winner on the Caulfield Heath. Couple of Victorian visitors. Have you sided with them or are you going something different?
Sorry, mate, you there?
Yeah, you got me now. I did a sensational preview of that. Basically, just tell me what you think.
Yeah. Right, let's just go quick because we're talking internationals here. So Angel Capital, that was such a phenomenal win. The way Clinton McDonald talks about this horse, right up there, if not better than High Sugi, obviously the Blue Diamond winner. So Angel Capital, JJ Atkins horse, this is when he's going to be at his most vulnerable in this race. But he's $3.60. That's a price I'm happy to play at. So yeah, Angel Capital, really keen on him in that race 6.
Yeah.
And what's Parasol done wrong?
Mate, the only thing that will get her beat is if she scratches from this and runs in Scone.
Yeah, exactly right. So she's got to lug some weight, but she's so much better than these.
Yeah, she over the last 12 months, right? She's run second to Magic Time at 1,200 meters and second to Benedetta at 1,200 meters. But I think she's undefeated. She's undefeated at 1,100 for her career, not only last 12 months. I think James Cummins has been listening to this podcast and he's figured that out.
100%. She draws well. Jmac on the weight's the weight for a good reason. She'll be incredibly hard to beat. So they're the two that I wanted to highlight, mate. And it was short but sweet. But I feel like it is probably best for me to focus back on Tokyo because the city needs me,
mate. Absolutely. And you have to give it your full attention. I fully understand that. So let me just take over and go through the undercards with the Drifters. But thanks for calling in, mate. It's always good to talk to you.
May God bless you. And may God bless the Drifters.
Yes, well, safe travels and hopefully I'll see you Sunday.
Catch ya.
Hooroo. All right, Drifters, we're just doing a bit of a solo work from which, I can enjoy from time to time. Now, the JRA Chairman's Handicap, 2,000 metres Group 3, I thought this was a really difficult race. If you have a firm opinion here, full credit to you. Spirit Ridge Jmac on is fascinating. Barrier 1 probably suits that horse. Will go forward. Was only beaten less than 1.5 lengths to Faulkner Park last start. So hasn't won in 69 weeks. So that's the kind of risk that you're taking with a horse like that. But this race is just filled with absolute non-winners. One of the non-winners, which is one of mine, is Regal Lion. He's down in the weights here, 54 kilos, the Ipswich Cup winner. He's $9.50 with Hot Tyler Schiller on. So he could be one that's featuring, but I think Spirit Ridge will be awfully hard to beat as well. The members handicap is race 5, 1,600 metres listed for the 3-year-olds and plus open handicap. I thought this was one of the better bets of the day. Number 4, Territory Express. Robbie Dolan on, Barry 2. Just was far too good for them in the Midway Championship final. And he was held up from the 3 to 200 metres there. Beats the likes of Straight Acer, Shadows of Love. They've both run okay since. The favourite in this race is Gringotts at $2.60 with the good people at Neds. Now, if we were having a on the drift lay of the day, this would be mine. Has only raced at the mile once and he absolutely fell in. Now, he's probably in career best form, I would say, but his legs look to get a little bit shaky to me at the end of the 1,400 metres at Tamworth there in the Tamworth Cup. So I'm more than happy to take on Gringotts this weekend, and I think Territory Express is a Group 1 style of horse in waiting. So I think they're heading towards, they've got nominations in for the Queensland Derby or the Stradbroke for that fella. So Territory Express, very keen. Now, going back to the Spirit of Boom, Declan's points about Angel Capital, very well found. Just that race was 3 weeks ago and there's no subsequent winners, so I am a little bit wary of that. Rich Dotty is the one that I am keen on, other one I highlighted. One on the heath, back up on the fence over the 1,000 metres and only just edged clear in the last 50. 1,200 metres looks to suit down to the ground. TC on for Graham Begg. Graham Begg with these fillies is just so good, man. $8.50. So you're getting like 2 to 3 times the price there. More than happy to take her in this field. Now, the Bright Shadow, Parasol. Yeah, she's one of the better bets on the program as well. Sure, she lugs the 60 kilos. Jmac on, though. Barrier 4 is just absolutely divine. I think the only other winning chances in the race would be Extravagant Star down in the weights. $12 for her. And that's about it, honestly. Chinny Boom, she's been up for an immense amount of time. Did beat home Parasol in December when they were both running behind Lady Laguna. So that was over the 1,200 metres though. This girl is an 1,100 metre horse down and out. And race 9 is the Rough Habit. Now, hopefully not too many of you followed me in for the Caracas Queensland Derby futures tip. Unfortunately, it looks like on Racing Australia that horse is being spelled, so which is far from ideal when you've got him in a Queensland Derby. But we have to try and find a future winner here. The Rough Habit, 2,000 metres Group 3 for the 3-year-olds. Now, Autumn Angel, fascinating. Barry 14, Jamie Calf with Team Nose Roll Gang, $2.70. Now, she's had the 5-week break here from winning the Oaks in Sydney. Only just went down over the 2,000 metres there as well, and she won at 1,600 metres at Flemington. I think this is the run where she's going to be vulnerable if they're heading towards a derby with her, so probably happy to take her on. The one that I kind of went back to and with zero confidence is Tannhauser again. Jmac on, barrier 7. Has run well in Queensland before, but I think the key thing for this horse is he's been gelded as well since his last run, which was only 4 weeks ago. So clearly they thought that was an issue for this horse to get the best out of him, geld him. So I'm fascinated to see how he runs, see if he switches on a little bit. Now, the Andrew Ramsden at Flemington. Fascinating race. I believe it's winning you're into the Melbourne Cup. Now, one of the most intriguing horses of the day here, Lionel for Kieran Maher. Now, this horse was first up after an 81-week break. First went into Kieran Maher's stable in March 2023, 81 weeks later. Finishes a flashing third, beaten 2 lengths behind Aaron Bay at Mornington over the 2,000 metres, but steps up to the 2,800 metres here. Now, this would be one of the great training performances for Kieran Maher, but of any of the trainers in Australia to do it, to make sure that he's rock hard fit, and a track like Flemington is going to suit this horse down to the ground, who just grinds away and has the entire length of the straight to build up. This could be the one. Like, sure, stepping up 800 metres, saw enough first up. I'm more so going to back this horse. He's $6.50 now, which is definitely short enough. But what I think I'll do on the day is really see if this horse gets crunched. I think he's like the clear on top selection. The stablemate Strawberry Rock has been really consistent as well. And you probably can't really, although he doesn't win out of turn, Esty Fenny for Matthew Smith as well. He was an impressive winner of the Mornington Cup. So, but Lionel's the one I'm really fascinated to see this weekend. And if I head to Scone, just wanted to highlight a couple of runners there as well. So in the Hortensia Stakes, race 7, this is where Parasol is dual accepted, but this is a much harder race. You have the likes of Spacewalk here, hard to say. Opal Ridge as well. So Opal Ridge is my on-top selection. She might have won this race last year as well, but my goodness, her first up record is absolutely divine. Her trials have been super. I've seen everything I needed to there. Barry 14 does suck for her, but I think she's at this point of her prep. It's a risk I'm willing to take. She's still getting a little bit of weight relief as well. So she's 55 kilos. So she's still getting a bit of weight relief against the likes of Spacewalk and Parasol if she does run here. But yeah, I'm very happy to be Team Opal Bridge this weekend. And that's really everything that I had for you, Drifters. Yeah, it's been not that long, but it's been good. But yeah, all the best if you're having a punt this weekend. If you're doing it, do it with an Eds, and hopefully Declan will be back in the country by Sunday, and we'll see you on the review show. Hooray.